Hello, everybody, and welcome to Giving Tuesday and what you need to know. My name is Sybil Wilkes, and this gentleman seated across from me, across the world actually, is Tom Joyner, the one and only Mr. Tom Joyner. Hello, Tom. How you
Sybil,
doing? How
I'm
you
good.
doing?
I'm good.
Good.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad to have you here on Giving Tuesday. This is Giving Tuesday, often called the Tuesday after Thanksgiving in the United States, and it is called Giving Tuesday as a global generosity movement, in which people are able to unleash their power, their generosity. Organizations as well, to organizations and people in their communities around the world. And on this Giving Tuesday, I'm proud to partner with the folks, the ladies of the Links, and this is specifically the southern area of the Links Incorporated. And Tom, I know that you know uh, all about the life of living through the HBCU life, but just to give people a little bit of background, someone who may not know Tom Joyner and your love and that runs in the blood, HBCU blood that runs through your veins. Uh, Tell them a little
I
bit
was
about.
I was born and reared. I was born, raised, and educated in Tuskegee, Alabama,
Mhm.
home of Tuskegee Institute. That's where the United Negro College Fund was founded. Little known Black history fact.
That's right. That's right.
Um, so, one thing about HBCUs is that we always encourage to give back.
Hmm.
And that's what HBCUs do. That's what the Tom Joyner Foundation has done for all these many years. I myself, I graduated from Tuskegee, and so did my brother. My mother worked on campus. Um,
And your mom was an HBCU graduate, and your
oh,
daddy, and your.
you you cut me. My DNA is HBCU.
That's right.
Yeah. Uh, Both parents graduated from HBCUs, um, FAMU and Tennessee State. Both sets of grandparents graduated and taught at HBCUs.
Wow.
Um, um,
And
I have
your sons are graduates.
both sons, Howard and FAMU, and and I have five fly babies. And when it's time for them to go to school, they can go to any HBCU they want.
And Tom, just for folks who know of the Tom Joyner Foundation, that was started. Uh, what is it now? 20 something years ago?
Yeah, yeah. Um, let's see, it was
Was it 98?
1998. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
1998, and we have raised and donated more than $65 million
Mm,
in scholarships to students
wow.
trying to complete their education at HBCUs. And people ask me all the time, well, black folks go to other schools too.
Hmm.
You don't help them? Well, sorry, no. Um, can't help everybody.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So this is my lane:
Is it?
historically black colleges and universities.
And that's what we love about you. You figured out your lane and you stuck with it. You
That's my
you play
lane.
the hits and you stick with HBCUs and very
Yes.
glad to be a part of it. And really, Tom, just to share with people, I did not go to an HBCU. I went to a PWI, but my family definitely. My grandfather was
Yeah.
president of Lincoln University, and my mom went to Lincoln. My uncle went to Lincoln, but
Well, actually, they didn't have a choice. If
right,
they were going to go to college,
right,
there was just there was
yeah.
just us,
Yeah,
HBCUs.
yeah,
Now you can go to any school you want to.
Yeah. But my greatest education has come sitting with you. And so learning so much about HBCUs, going to the campuses over the years.
It's rich,
Um,
isn't
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
it?
It's such an incredible experience. And that's what we're going to share with people this evening. As folks are joining us, in case you don't know, we are here with the HBCU Capital Campaign with the folks of the southern area of the Links Incorporated. And we are awaiting our other co-host, Kim Whitley, who is an alum of Fisk University. But in the meantime, and Kim runs at her own speed. So we'll bring her in as soon as she gets here. But I would like to introduce Mrs. Sylvia Carter Perry. She is the 20th area director of the southern area of the Links Incorporated out of Jacksonville, Florida. And Ms. Perry, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Good evening. And a very, very special thank you to you,
No,
Miss Wilkes, the everlasting fly job, Tom
I
Joyner.
can't hear you.
You can't hear her?
She's breaking up.
Oh,
Did
okay. But
you hear me okay, Sybil?
I can hear you. You are breaking up a little bit, Sylvia. But Tom, if you can, and we will keep
Testing,
talking.
testing. 1, 2, 3.
No, we hear you. So,
Yeah.
Sylvia, can you speak so Tom can hear you?
Um, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
It's called the rump shaker.
All right.
um, I think she knows that from going to the campus of FAMU a time or two.
Yeah.
So Sylvia, thank you for this evening and this wonderful opportunity for folks to be involved in Giving Tuesday, and especially as a part of the HBCU Capital Campaign.
Thank you. Thank you. And again, thank you for hosting us tonight and bringing critical attention to our country's historically Black colleges and universities. Setting the tone with a little background, I serve as the Southern Area Director of the Links Incorporated. We're a national service organization established in 1946. In the Southern area, which is composed of 7 states and the Nassau Bahamas, we join our sisters throughout the country in working for community change, from international transformations to grassroots initiatives. Nationally, we come under the banner of the Links Foundation, which provides that critical 501c3 status, enabling those who support our causes eligibility for tax deductions. Though we have a diverse cadre of community needs we address, today we are rallying the cause of HBCUs. Now, you all know there are a little over 100 of these institutions remaining in the United States. 57 of them are located right here in the South. Their sustainability is critical as we are losing them, not gaining. I think of it kind of like Black businesses before segregation, when that was all we had. We were all in to send our children to these institutions by any means necessary. But now, since the floodgates have opened, they are often the last selected for funding, the first cut, and sometimes even last selected for attendance by our own people. With the launch of our HBCU Capital Campaign, it is our goal to not only bring awareness to their contributions and viability, but support the aspiring students at these institutions as they pursue a higher education. You know, recently a friend of mine shared that he had to drop out of attendance at Grambling because he lost his football scholarship after getting hurt on the field. No young person in America with the capacity and wherewithal to pursue an education should be forced to vacate their potential for lack of a dollar bill. It is unacceptable when Black Americans have made the gains they have made in 2020. Our message is giving back to this world is a necessity, not a choice. As Links, we work to meet our community needs, but do-gooders that we may be, we realize that we are not alone in the desire for a better world. And the easy math is simple, which is why we're here tonight. 1,000 bees can build a far more enriching hive than 100.
Come on in.
Know we join you today in gratitude for opening up your platform up for us as we work collectively to provide opportunities and build a better future. Thank you.
Wow, that's powerful. Thank you so much, Sylvia Carter Perry. And let us introduce some other women of your organization. Good evening to Dr. Deborah Thomas, Program Director for the Southern Area of the Links Incorporated out of Montgomery, Alabama, as well as Attorney Tamara Young Lee, the Chair of the HBCU Initiative of the Southern Area of the Links Incorporated in Tuskegee, Alabama. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let me ask you this. What about this particular scholarship, the scholarship for servant leaders?
Well, this
Thank
scholarship is a
you.
little different
Mm-hmm.
from our other scholarships in that we were looking for leaders who have the servant component of the leadership to it. I think, Deborah, if you want, I mean, Dr. Thomas, if you want to tell a little bit more about the beginning of it, how we
Well,
came about.
thank you very much, Attorney Lee. And thank you, Ms. Wilkes, for the opportunity to share this platform with you. As our area director has shared, we have a long history in the Links Incorporated of supporting HBCUs. And as Mr. Joyner indicated, giving back is very important. Giving back goes two ways. We give back to support students, and then in developing students, we hope that we have developed within them the core values, the ethics, the philosophy of giving back to the community. There is a strong connection between gown and town, as they say. Use your academics to support the community. And so in terms of our thinking about the servant leader scholarship or the scholarship in servant leadership, we know that a scholarship is generally considered as a monetary means of supporting a student. We have academic scholarships, we have book scholarships, we have athletic scholarships. This particular scholarship, the leader development component, emphasizes the fact that while someone has supported the academic development of an individual, it is important to give back to the community. And there are means by which this scholarship will help in the development of leaders. Internships and externships are very much a part of this process. We know that clinical practicums and apprenticeships are also very much involved within leader development.
And before we go any further, ladies, I'd like to invite into our discussion another co-host for this evening, and she is a proud graduate of Fisk University. Definitely want to have HBCUs all represented, all up in the house. And joining us from Los Angeles is our very own funny chair, single funny mama. That is Kim Whitley. Hey, Kim, thank you for coming on tonight.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you for having me. Sorry I was a little late, but you know, being that mama, sometimes things happen.
Absolutely. But Kim, I'm so glad you were able to join us because we do want people, as we have our discussions and as the ladies have started to talk about a little bit earlier, just talk about the experience of the HBCU for so many of us. And we're talking about the Southern area HBCU capital campaign, as well as the internships and externships and how one applies for these. So if you have any questions, please jump in as we do continue our conversation with the folks here. Let me ask you this, Dr. Thomas, about these the significance of the capital campaign. This is something that is not new to us, is it?
No, it is not.
It is not. Okay. Sorry. What about the criteria if one wants to apply for the Servant Leader Scholarship?
Thank you very much. And I'm going to ask Attorney Lee.
I'm sorry. Yes, and I should have said that. Attorney Lee, could you tell us about the criteria if one wants to apply for the scholarship?
Yes, we want the criteria to be very inclusive so that we can get as many in the Southern area. So the eligibility requirements are just for any undergraduate or graduate, because a lot of times the graduate students are left out a lot of the scholarships. So any undergraduate or graduate HBCU student, that is a requirement. They do have to be attending one of our 57 HBCUs in the Southern area, but they can have any major. Again, we know a lot of times we put emphasis on some majors and some majors get left out. But because this is a servant leadership scholarship, we want to make sure that people in all majors are included. Because what we're trying to develop is the community service aspect of our scholarships. So one of the criteria will be that once you are selected for this scholarship, you will have to perform 20 hours of community service in your community each semester while you have this particular scholarship. Our finalists, when we get to the point of having finalists, we also have an HBCU advisory council, which I believe you will be meeting some of them a little bit later. They will be inviting our finalists to interview with them. The finalists will also have to write an essay so we can see what type of community service they plan on employing. But our goal is to deploy servant leaders, those with diversity of thought, those with who will build a trust, who want to be a leader to serve others.
Absolutely. And the young people, that really is so much a part of the whole HBCU experience anyway, isn't it? As far as being a part of the community and serving others.
Right.
So Kim,
Yes,
tell us about about your experiences at Fisk. First of all, how did you choose Fisk, or did Fisk choose you?
Exactly. Well, first of all, my mother was a Lynx, so you know good and well, she chose my college for me. I was in a white neighborhood at the time, and my high school, and I was embarrassed to say I was going to go to a Black college, and I didn't know any better, and my mother and my parents, they had family had all gone to Fisk, and she had decided a long time ago that I was going to Fisk, and I would tell my friends I was going to Cornell. And until my mother heard me one day in the grocery store, and she yelled out, she's like, she's not going to Cornell, she's going to Fisk University in Nashville, Tennessee. And I didn't know any better. I was like, oh my God, she's telling them I'm going to a Black school. Let me tell you something. I think if I didn't go to that school, I wouldn't be where I am today. My parents knew exactly what I needed. And they didn't send me to Howard. They didn't want me to be in a big HBCU. They sent me to a nice, small one in the South where we had a legacy. And I was able to have friendships with my teachers. I built long life friendships at Fisk. My best friend was still in touch. We just talk every day still. Was just a great experience. It built integrity. It definitely gave me culture. I didn't know what hot sauce was.
Yeah.
I didn't know. So it gave me culture. I learned how to be proud to be Black. That was really the lesson that I learned about the history of the school and who I was. And not only, the friendships and the networking still today, it just was really a very important part of my life.
And Kim, did you learn to play a good game of spades while you were there, or did you know that before coming from Cleveland?
Now, I knew that before, but baby, we played spades, bid whiz.
Okay, bid probably then.
Yeah.
Kim, as we go on, I also want to have you talk about your relationship with the Lynx too, and your mom's work with them as well. Let us go to, we have a video from a young man, Brandon Montgomery from Howard, and talking about his HBCU experiences. Brandon Montgomery.
How's it going? Brandon Montgomery from the 2010 class of Howard University College of Engineering, Architecture, and Computer Science. And in my 5 years at Howard University, I learned a lot about myself, especially in the realm of developing a positive network that helps you be successful, whether it's studying with the classroom or being a member of professional and social organizations, or stepping out into the professional world and gaining that experience that you are always searching for. Also, it really taught me how to value myself within like the Black diaspora and how my shade fits in with all the other shades of what it is considered to be Black, whether it's Caribbean or European or African. Then also how the fact that the HBCU experience is a microcosm of the world, whether it's a positive or negative experience, it teaches you how to really navigate after HBCU life. And the largest thing, it teaches you how to give back, because you are experiencing a legacy that someone built for you to be there, and you want to continue and provide for those that come next to you. So to Howard University, truth and service, yo.
That's great. That is really great. And Kim, that could have been one of your brothers, right?
Right. Both of our brothers went to Howard University. Hampton went to the School of Architecture, just like you said.
Their dad. Oh, wow. So, ladies, I want to thank Dr. Thomas and Attorney Lee. Thank you so much for joining us. Dr. Deborah Thomas, Program Director for the Southern Area of the Links, and also to Attorney Tamara Young Lee, Chair of the HBCU Initiative of the Southern Area of the Links. And thank you for joining us this evening, as well as being such a proud and powerful leader of this organization. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys, you ladies.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
And now let's return to the HBCU Advisory Council of the Southern Area of the Links, discussing the streams and opportunities for leadership development and returns on investments. That's the ROI with HBCU. So let us say hello to Dr. Rosalind Clark Artis. She is the president of Benedict College in Columbia, South Carolina.
Oh, Benedict.
That's right. That's where J. Anthony Brown used to hang out.
Good evening.
Jay didn't go there. He just hung out there.
That is the HBCU.
And Dr. Cheryl Evans Jones, president of Payne College in Augusta, Georgia.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. And Dr. Carmen Walters, president of Tougaloo in Tougaloo, Mississippi.
Hello, everybody.
How are you all?
Wonderful. Doing well, thank you.
Wonderful. We are wonderful.
They all look like presidents too.
They do, don't they?
They do things.
Very presidential. And Tom is joining us as well, ladies. And Tom, we're talking to
adjust your camera.
We are talking to Tom. We're talking to the president of Benedict, of Payne College, as well as Tougaloo College. And may I just say parenthetically, Dr. Carmen Walters, I would not be here without Tougaloo.
Oh, wow.
My grandparents met there. And so my granddad went down there to teach and met a young lady on the campus. And although he was engaged to somebody else at the time, he fell in love with her out of Yazoo City, and the rest is Scruggs history. So
well, I love that. That's a wonderful story. Wonderful.
All right, so let us talk a little bit, ladies, and Kim, please join us, and Tom as well, and talk about the opportunities for leadership development through this program with the HBCUs. Let's go with you, Dr. Artis, at Benedict College, where J. Anthony Brown didn't go, but just hung out a lot.
Where he hung out. Because we are the HBCU that put the BC HBCU down in Columbia, South Carolina.
Right.
And we also provide tremendous opportunities for leadership development. The truth is our HBCUs tend to be smaller institutions. The largest among us is nearly 12,000 students. Our smaller private institutions my sister presidents and I represent are considerably smaller than that. So students who come to our institutions have a wonderful opportunity for us to get to know them as individuals, to provide them with a well-rounded, culturally competent environment in which to learn and to grow. Our Queens culture is the stuff of legends. Our SBA representatives and our students who travel extensively and represent our institution as ambassadors, they learn to stand up and give the elevator pitch. HBCUs are the place to be for young people who are aspiring leaders.
And we are joined by Sylvia Perry again. She's come back in, and we're talking about these experiences and opportunities for young people on the campuses. Dr. Jones, president of Penn College, and talk to us a little bit about your school and your campus.
Our school is a small private one, just as Benedict is, and that gives our students an opportunity to know faculty and know staff. They're able to be personally mentored, and they get the extra nurturing while still much is demanded of them in terms of academic excellence. We prepare servant leaders who go out and serve their communities, the nation, and the world. And I'm sure, like Tougaloo and like Bennett, we take students across the range of abilities. But one of the things that we think we do well is to take students that may not be able to gain admission to larger PWIs. But again, when they are in small classrooms with faculty who get to know them, who are concerned about them, who will call them if they don't show up for class and that sort of thing, they turn out just well. I think that's one of the things that we at Penn College do well, and small HBCUs in general.
Kim Whitley, did you ever have a professor call you because you happened to miss a class or two, or paper or two or three?
Honey, all the time. That's what I'm saying, going to an HBCU. Just like Joshua, you going to an HBCU. Because that's the age, my mother, I heard it.
And they not only called you, life, but they called your mama and your people and your grandma and your aunt.
That is the truth. That's what makes it so nice with the other universities. Don't nobody care about you. Ain't nobody calling you. So that's what made it so nice. And that's what I guess my parents, I was the only girl. The boys, they sent them on the Howard. And my brother did go to Cornell his first year. And he was there. He went to visit my brother Howard. He left so fast. He was like, I don't want to be at Cornell anymore. I want to be at Howard. So that's how he got over there. And I was down at this. They know I needed to be right where I was. So
and I think that's one of the things sometimes students may not appreciate it at the moment, but when they graduate and they look back, they realize how much that meant to them in their career development, and it just helped them blossom into the leaders that they are.
And Dr. Carmen Walters, I see you nodding your head there, and you could attest to that at Tougaloo as well.
Absolutely. I'm one of those presidents, and hello, Rosalind and Cheryl, good to see you guys. And congratulations to you, our Southern Area Director, Sylvia Perry. It's so great to see you tonight, all of you. But at Tougaloo, I'm one of those presidents who give out her cell phone. And so they text me. I live on campus. And so sometimes I tease them. I just kind of know they're sneaking out, and I will text them and say, I see you leaving out the gate. And then they're like, tell me, Madam President, you're looking at me like, yes, I see you leaving. It's really a great environment. I went to Southern University and Xavier University. And so I really grew up in that environment. My children went to Grambling. So we just have that in our family. And I enjoyed listening to Tom Joyner because he has supported HBCUs in such a great way. We have so many Tom Joyner scholars. And so everything you do matters for us, especially today. So thank you for this opportunity.
Well, I thank you all, and just brings so much pride to us to see these wonderful sister presidents here. And thank you so much, ladies, for joining us tonight and representing your schools. That would be Benedict College, Payne College, and of course Tougaloo College. So thank you very much, Dr. Rosalind Artis, Dr. Cheryl Jones, and Dr. Carmen Walters. We appreciate your joining us this evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We appreciate being here.
Thank you. I might need to get my son in one of those schools. So
Give us a call.
So get that cell phone number from Dr. Walters. Okay?
Yes, that's right.
Thank you, ladies. And just talking to these ladies, Cheryl Perry, it's just so great, and to know that what you're doing with giving and the campaign and everything, and to have these women talk about the schools, it's just got to be a great feeling.
It really is, and it speaks to as well to our legacy, as they're all linked sisters as well. So you know, it's amazing how the web of the weave of the quilt.
Yeah.
Not only as Black women, but we're also strengthening each other's and trying to help our own institutions and future institutions. So
Absolutely. Kim, can you, while we have a second, I did want to mention, you mentioned your mom being a member of the Links, and just for you to tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, I was trying to keep my eyelids open because these lashes are so heavy.
Okay, Bambi. You put lashes on for Tom, didn't you?
I did. Hey, Boo.
Hey, Boo.
How you doing?
You knocked me off the whole call, Boo. You so hot.
I love it. I love it.
You coming to see me?
Can we see you?
I said, see me?
Yeah, I see you. You look hot. I like those glasses, bro.
You coming to Miami to see me?
Oh, yes, I'm coming to visit. I'm gonna take a picture right quick. Send this to Sherry.
To make her real jealous. That's nice.
I started putting my Christmas decorations up.
Oh, I gotta come see those. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. And I need you to sit on top of my tree.
Okay. All right.
I can lost weight. I can make it.
I know you lost weight, bro.
Yeah. Tom, we were asking Kim about her mom's relationship with the Links.
And so I have a funny story. Well, I don't know if it's funny, but it's funny to me. So my mother was a Links member. I say it was because she passed in 2011, and she loved the Links. Now, I have not become a Links because y'all work too hard.
Let me tell you something. You're absolutely right.
Ain't it the truth? Now, the Deltas do stuff, but the Links, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. So
that Danita and Allison are all founding members of that chapter of the Links.
No, I did not know that.
Sylvia,
you knew that.
Is my sister-in-law, and Allison is my niece.
Well, I believe it's the LaFleur's Bluff chapter in Jackson, Mississippi.
Right.
Yep.
Nice.
One of our all-star chapters.
Let
me tell you, the Links know how to party.
All right. Play hard, Brother Tom. Yep. And we always go big.
I went to their clave. I don't know what to call it. We call ours the clave. In Las Vegas a couple of 3 years ago. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with the Links.
Don't let the smooth taste fool you, huh?
Let me tell you, the Links don't be playing. They came to my mother's memorial.
Yeah.
How did they all had their white on? You know, everybody had a time limit. Let me tell you something. The Links didn't care. The Links, they read every proclamation, acclamation. They must have loved my mama. They had the music playing. They marched in. I was like, I love the Links. I was like, y'all, it's time. It's time.
And they partied all night the night before.
Yeah.
We're going to come back to your stories and your memories. We do have other young people who are here to share with us their experiences on the campuses of our historically Black colleges and universities. And this young woman, some of us may recognize from the Tom Joyner Morning Show. She is a proud Spelman woman, graduate of Spelman College, class of 2019. Say hello to Jasenia Ingram.
Hi, my name is Jasenia Ingram, and I'm a Spelman College class of 2019. And the decision to attend Spelman was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. I have never felt so welcome and enriched and like a sisterhood. The sisterhood that it is so uplifting. And it really cultivated who I am as a Black woman, knowing and learning that we are not a monolith, that we come in every different variety, but that we all share a certain bond. And that's really special to me. And I think that applies to the HBCU experience in general. We learn so much that we don't learn anywhere else. And that community of Black people and that richness of Black culture. And to add on top of that, that layer of sisterhood that I really couldn't get anywhere else. You know, we're #1 for a reason. I don't mean to brag or anything. Actually, I do mean to brag, but I really do owe Spelman so much of who I am today, the woman that I have become, and the choice that I have made to go out and change the world. And so I'm forever grateful to Spelman. My heart is forever bound to thine. And I love Spelman and my sisters, and I think it is so important to invest in our HBCUs because there's no other place like them. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Jasenia. How great is she? I want to thank everyone who is watching us here tonight as we continue with the southern area of the Links Incorporated. And Cheryl Perry, just want to thank you for everyone who has come up. I'm sorry. For everyone who has come upon us tonight, and also definitely to take a look at the link that is scrolling here and to give us an opportunity to learn more information here and to donate. This is what it is all about. All of the Southern Area Links chapter members, thank you so much for being a part of this and for coming on board tonight.
Are you telling me there's people watching us? Oh, I gotta get my behavior. Sorry.
No, Kim. We want you to be just who you are, and that's why. So, Ms. Perry, Sylvia Perry, let me ask you, just in terms of the conversations that you're hearing from the young people. This is nothing new to you, is it? You get this from a lot of young people, don't you?
Absolutely, and we work collectively as an area. We work individually as a chapter. We have chapters giving away sometimes $50,000 in scholarships a year. So this is just what we do in giving back. It is just so inspiring. And hopefully, as our program chair shared before, we're raising servant leadership. We're raising servant leaders. And that when they have an opportunity to give back and make a dollar bill, even if it's $25, know that somebody gave to you and returned. That is the whole goal.
Yeah, and that's a powerful family that you develop through that system. Another young man, Tom and Kim, that is no stranger to the Tom Joyner Morning Show and the Tom Joyner family, and that is our friend who attended Norfolk State. Hello, Jawn Murray.
Listen, Tom had his glasses on, so I couldn't let him be the only light-skinned man with glasses on. So I went. And Sybil,
I'm gonna put some on too.
I think Tom got confused tonight. They don't have a Might as Well night at the HBCUs. You can't ask Kim to sit on top of the Christmas tree while we try to recruit money for the HBCUs. And Kim, tell the truth. You never joined the Links because your mama was bougie and you don't have bougie tendency, Kim. The Links won't let you in.
Yeah,
no, I don't say that.
Come on, listen, Miss Perry. I got some. Ryan is a link. Michelle, I got a friend, Michelle Bailey Links. They both bougie. Kim can't come in the Links. Y'all gotta have to put her through a training program first.
She is welcome.
Bougie, but they know how to.
Yeah, they do.
They do
John,
not.
is this
Well,
what
you know
you
how to
learned from Norfolk State, how to take over like this and to put everybody on notice?
You know what happened, Sybil? I went to Norfolk State, and it's funny that you guys have a different world reference here tonight because I was a kid when A Different World was on TV, and it really inspired me, and I wanted that college experience. And so I went to a summer program my junior year in high school down in Norfolk State, fell in love with the school, and was like, that's where I want to go to school. I had the opportunity to go to school in New York City, but I was like, nope, I want my HBCU experience. I want to live like A Different World. And I mean, I literally went down there with my Dwayne Wayne flip glasses and everything. And ironically, later in life, I ended up, when I was down in Norfolk State, my favorite professor, I had a couple that I really liked, but my favorite professor ultimately became the dean of the mass comm department, Dr. Wanda Brockington. And she used to talk about the Tom Joyner morning show like she was quoting scripture, like she was a preacher. She said, well, Tom said, and Tavis said, and my girl Sybil said. So to leave college, ultimately end up being a personality on the Tom Joyner morning show. It was really a full circle moment for me. And then ultimately I got to tape an episode of TV One's Unsung talking about A Different World. So, but I loved my time at the Black College. It was such a nurturing experience. I was one of those people that kind of had like a P. Diddy story, though I don't have his money, where work started getting so good to me while I was in school that I may owe them about 10 credits or so. And at this point, they could probably give it to me for experiential because they keep asking me to come down to do alumni events, and I'm not necessarily an alumni. But I love HBCUs, and I rock with them. I advocate for them, and I think they're so important to the culture.
John, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope that you will contribute to the capital campaign too, as you await those 10 hours of experiential of your degree. John, we love you. We thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you. And we have another young person, Brian Ellison, and very close to you, John, there at Morgan State. Here is Brian Ellison.
Greetings, how you doing? My name is Brian Ellison. I am the founder of the nonprofit, the Black Man Project. My HBCU experience at Morgan State University, located in Baltimore, Maryland, it taught me brotherhood, taught me camaraderie. It taught me how Blackness is not a monolithic thing. It is so vast and varies. To experience Black excellence, to be held accountable by my professors on a first name basis. It made you want to come to class. It made you want to perform. Those type of relationships, that type of networking, life-changing for me. It is the reason I'm a filmmaker and a photographer. It is the reason I am very ingrained in the process of telling Black stories. So shout out to my HBCU, Morgan State.
Shout out indeed. Thank you so much. And a shout out to some folks from Morgan State that we know and love, including our friend April Ryan, as well as Jackie Jones. And I want to thank them. Right now, I want to give you a little update. I feel like Jerry Lewis a little bit, just in terms of giving you an update on the amount of money raised tonight. Please ask you to keep sending in your pledges. And right now we're at over $26,000. So thank you so much. That is great. That's great. Keep it going. Tom Joyner, you know about having to raise money and sometimes the challenges, but definitely this has been just this evening alone, talking about $26,000. That is great. So we now will go to another HBCU alum. He is an honorary Tom Joyner morning show family member. He has been on the show so many times and will not ever give up his love for HBCUs. And as you can see him wearing the colors and all of that. So he is an incredible entertainer, an actor. He's a TV host. He's a DJ. Welcome, Terrence.
What's up, guys? How are you?
How are you?
I'm great. I miss you guys. I hope all is well. And I think what you guys are doing with this is incredible. So thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on and joining us. Tell us about your HBCU experience and how you chose to go. It was North Carolina, right?
Yeah. I went to North Carolina A&T. Coming out of high school, my grades weren't great, and I applied for a bunch of different colleges, and I got declined just all across the board. NC State, Carolina, Duke, none of them accepted me. North Carolina A&T State University accepted me, and they gave me a chance. And so when I went, I met some incredible professors. The lady that was one of my first teachers and professors is now the dean of the department, and I joined the on-campus radio station, and my entire life just turned around. And then when I joined Omega Psi Phi and had brothers, I'm an only child, so having brothers in my life to inspire me and motivate me, all of those things throughout my matriculation changed who I was as a person and changed my life. So for me now, whenever I get a chance to talk about the importance of HBCUs, there's so many kids that were out there, like when I was a kid, that need that opportunity. And historically, that's what HBCUs were there for when we couldn't go anywhere else. And for kids, like me that couldn't go anywhere else, they will change your life. So I'm all about what you guys are doing today.
We so appreciate that, Terrence J. Do you have one memory, like maybe when you walked on campus, or that kind of swept over you, perhaps, or as you mentioned, your mentor and your professor?
Yeah, my first homecoming. It's just, when you go to homecoming for the first time, Tom, you already know, man. Listen, man, Kim, everybody, it's like when you eat that first fish sandwich and you see, you're here before I let go for the first time around a bunch of your people, and Atomic Dog comes on the first time, you're like, what is going on? There's just nothing like that feeling of being at your first homecoming. So that for me is probably one of my most special moments.
That is great.
Oh, that is crazy. Hey, Terrence J.
Kim!
That's my buddy. That's my buddy.
Well, you know what, Terrence, we appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much for giving your time and your memories about North Carolina A&T, and we appreciate you and look forward to more great things coming from you. And you are a young man that has just shown the world what HBCUs can do.
Oh, thank you. And so I heard y'all are over 26 grand. I love you. Y'all keep on donating, keep on putting your money. This is so important. And thank you guys for your hard work on this, man. Love y'all.
Thank you too.
We have another video, and this is Laura Wise from Hampton.
Hey. My name is Laura Wise, and I am a 2009 graduate of the Hampton University. I've been out of college for over 10 years now, which is like so hard to believe. But, I will say that even now, I am 100% sure that going to Hampton, going to an HBCU was the best decision I could have ever made. I learned about the richness and history of Black culture. I learned as a young Black woman how to navigate society, corporate America. I learned about the richness of Black Greek traditions. I met my bestest best friends who I met freshman year, and we're still friends today, journeying through life together. Hampton taught me so much. It gave me so much, the institution. It taught me about the women of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, which I was later privileged to become a member in 2011 through Los Angeles Alumni chapter. But in general, Hampton was an experience. It was like nothing I've ever experienced before. And it's something I'll never forget. So I highly encourage you, if you are making a decision on college, choose an HBCU. It doesn't have to be Hampton, although it should be, but choose an HBCU.
HU. And let's, Tom, I know we go back and forth.
If you want to see Vice President Kamala Harris get unhinged, just say Hampton is the real HU, and watch it go.
There go
Watch
4 years right there.
Watch just go off like you've never seen her go off.
Right,
Not
right.
Senate hearings, not in any campaign speeches or debate. Just say, Vice President Kamala Harris, Hampton University is the real HU, and she'll go.
Done.
She will.
Let us go to another family member from the Tom Joyner Morning Show, an HBCU alum, as well as one of your sorority sisters there, Kim. Hello, Jacque Reid.
Hi, you guys. Hello, Sybil. I'm so glad you're doing this. Hi, everybody. Hi, Tom. Hi, Kim. Hi, Sybil.
Oh, hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Kim, those lashes are everything.
Call me. We got to talk about the undoing.
Oh, Tom, there's a whole. We'll talk.
Okay. Oh yeah, Jacque, I want to talk too.
And Sybil, I finished The Crown.
Oh Lord!
Like me, Jacque.
Okay, well, let's talk about the crowning event that we are a part of right now, and that is the HBCU campaign. And Jacque, we've already raised over $26,000 tonight. Folks have logged on and signed on to participate in the campaign on this Giving Tuesday. And Jacque, wanted to have you especially to talk about your experiences because you went to Clark Atlanta University.
Yes, as an Atlanta, from that's my hometown, Atlanta, so I didn't go far to go to college. But Clark Atlanta University was a game changer for me. It definitely changed my life. A lot of times people don't realize that at an HBCU, you get the experiences that give you the confidence to go out in the real world. A lot of people will say, well, it doesn't reflect the real world. You know what I mean? Because it's a predominantly African-American environment. But what it does is it gives you a chance to be, managing editor of the newspaper, to have internships. And I had an internship at the campus radio station, WCLK, which is one of the top jazz stations in the country. I mean, I was anchoring a newscast while in college at Clark, and you don't get those opportunities. You don't get that love when you're going to, when Black students go to other schools. It's hard to have those opportunities. That's why you hear at other schools, this is the first student to do that. This is the first student to do that. At HBCUs, there's so much opportunity. So I got the opportunity to just really learn journalism and learn about, that's where I got my first introduction to NABJ and really got to know my professors like Mr. McJunkins, who is still teaching there, even though I just graduated. He's still as a professor and the advisor for the newspaper and taught me so much, when I was there. And it was at Clark Atlanta University where I learned about a summer internship program, which I took part in between my junior and senior year, that Northwestern University sponsored. And that's what led me to go to Northwestern, hello, Sybil, as a graduate student to the Medill School of Journalism.
Hey, Jacque,
Yeah.
did you go to school with Kenya Barris?
I know Kenya, but I don't know everybody.
Probably way ahead of Jacque.
Y'all went in school together?
Well, we know each other.
But y'all went at Clark at the same time.
He was a lot ahead of her.
We know each other.
So Jacque, in terms of this, and you still work with young people from Clark Atlanta and doing all of these things. So and the recommendation is from all of you is what we're getting is that there's no experience like the HBCU experience.
There just is not. I mean, I work with interns all the time, and I make sure that I have interns from Clark Atlanta University because, they have a mass communications department, and I definitely want to feed into that and give back to that by training students and preparing them for the real world.
So thank you so much, Jacque. We appreciate you. I appreciate your time. I know how busy you are, being the belle of New York television and all. So I thank you, darling, for your time. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And please call Tom so you can talk about the undoing and the crown and all the other things. Want to remind folks that we do have a video, but also want to remind folks that the vice president-elect is a member of the Links as well as an HBCU grad. So we're good, and hope that she is watching us tonight. Let us go to John Reynolds from North Carolina and see what he has to say about at the HBCU.
How did attending a HBCU benefit my life? Well, my path to my HBCU was not typical. I was a 35-year-old disabled Marine veteran who my voc rehab counselor said, hey, take a chance and go to school and learn something. And at that particular point, I was really in a place where I was looking for more reasons to fail than succeed. But once I attended my HBCU, they actually instilled in me the thought process of looking for reasons to be successful. They equipped me with the tools academically and socially to be successful and to compete in the workplace. We honed those skills in the classroom with my fellow students. And once I left my HBCU, I was prepared for the real world. And I guess you could say my HBCU not only shaped me, but they actually saved my life.
Thank you so much, North Carolina A&T represented there. And, Sylvia, this has just got to be so fulfilling to see and these fine products of historically Black colleges and universities, and as well as to see give people an opportunity to see where their donations are going as well for the next.
Absolutely, Sybil, and living history. When the young lady was on from Hampton, it reminded me of my own story. A lot of people like to think that even though we are still dealing with first, my grandmother, great-grandmother, and great-great-grandfather all attended Hampton University. And matter of fact, the great-great-grandfather went on to be the postmaster in his town, not because, which was illegal at the time, because he was a Black man, but he was the only one with a college degree.
Wow.
That tells you just how long our institutions have been serving the community.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely awesome.
Wow. That is really good. What'd you say there, Kim?
No, I was just saying that was pretty, I didn't know that. I forget that we go back so far, but imagine that, not because he's a Black man, because he was the only one with a college degree.
The only one. Went to North Carolina.
Theology done.
Oh, yes.
Do that.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That is, and Tom has done it, and it changed his life, his whole outlook, even coming from Tuskegee and having that rich background, just knowing where his family came from and those family members in South Carolina and what have you, really made a big difference. Before we close, I want to remind people to scroll to the bottom of the screen here, and you can see how to give. We want to give everyone an opportunity to be a part of this wonderful evening, and through their donations, we would really appreciate that. Yes, sir.
Can I do something personal right here?
Of course.
Thank you. Okay, so the Tom Joyner Foundation, most of our donations come from the cruise. 95% of the scholarships that we give out come from the money that we raise on the cruise. So, we had to postpone, but we didn't cancel.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have a new date, and we offered those people who didn't think that the date or the itinerary fit their schedule.
Mm-hmm.
About 1,000 people who got most of them that wanted most of their money back in a refund, and that's what I did all Thanksgiving Day, sign checks, and so they can have their money. But that also means at the same time, we have a lot of cabins open, and we're going to have the fun of a lifetime.
Yes.
On the Fantastic Voyage.
Yes, sir.
Most of the artists have agreed to to be with us on the new date. The new date is November 26th of 21.
Gotcha.
Like I said, most of the money that we give out in scholarships, and right now our focus is on HBCU students
Mm-hmm.
COVID.
Right.
Going back to school.
Right. Absolutely.
Well,
So Tom, people can get online and find out more information about the cruise.
So to over the 1,000 people that wanted refunds,
Mm-hmm.
my hand looks like I signed over 1,000 checks over the Thanksgiving holiday. You'll be getting your checks in time for Christmas.
Well, Tom, let me give you something positive and to see where your money has gone, where your scholarships and all the hard work that you put into the foundation. Let me show you where an example of what this happened. This is to Jordan Carter.
Hello everyone, I am T. Jordan Carter, a senior business administration major with a dual concentration in financial planning and marketing, and I currently attend the illustrious Clark Atlanta University, where I had the honor of serving as the inaugural Mr. Clark Atlanta University for the 2019-2020 academic school year. Why are HBCUs so important, you might ask? First and foremost, at one point in time, we were not allowed to attend predominantly white institutions. So our ancestors built historically black colleges and universities for us to achieve higher learning, pursue our career goals, and obtain whatever we wanted to obtain in life. Next would truly have to be the community. From the step shows to homecoming to games, it's just a vibe. It's an atmosphere that you will truly fall in love with once you experience it, and you will never ever forget it. And lastly, you have your entire life to choose to be a minority. So make sure you make that decision to come to HBCU where you are celebrated, you are loved, you are encouraged to do what you want to do, and you're encouraged to be yourself most importantly. So thank you for your time. And please, to everyone watching this, to the alum, to those with money, to those with a platform, to anyone watching this, please continue to support, push, and donate to HBCUs. Thank you all.
And Tom T. Jordan is a Tom Joyner Foundation scholar.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Is that great? That's great. That shows you where all your hard work and your dedication has gone to one of the fine young people that received the Tom Joyner Foundation scholarship. So that is really great. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all so much for being a part of this and for allowing us to be a part of this as well. Sylvia Perry, thank you for your time. Thank you for your dedication to all of this. Sylvia Perry is the area director of the Southern Area Links Incorporated. Also to Deborah Thomas, who has been the program chair of the Southern Area Links Incorporated. Attorney Tamara Young Lee, the education and HBCU chair of the Links Incorporated, as well as the HBCU advisory panel, Cheryl Evans Jones. As we mentioned, Dr. Jones of Payne College president, Dr. Carmen Walters, the president of Tougaloo, and of course, Dr. Rosalind Clark Artis, president of Benedict College in the HBCU advisory panel. And also want to thank our friend April Kelly Drummond for being a part of this as well and for bringing us on. We had some tremendous guests here tonight. And one, yes.
Boo.
Tom, yes, Tom. Kim called Tom. Okay.
Oh yes, I'm gonna call you, Boo.
Okay. let me just finish this. We can say goodbye to you two, and you all can go off and call each other. Oh my God. Thanks to my friend Jawn Murray, also to Terrence J, and my sister of the microphone, Jacque Reid, and as I mentioned, April Kelly Drummond. Thank you so much, and to our staff here. We have a great group of people, including Chica and to Cherie and Yolanda. And Sylvia, we're going to close out with you giving us the final word.
Oh, thank you so much, Sybil. I am so full right now. Thank you again to everyone that gave tonight. I invite everyone to visit our Facebook page, Instagram, website if you want to get more. www.salinks.inc.org. If you want to continue giving or to learn more about us, we would love for you to join us as we serve the community. Absolutely. Sybil, thank you. Tom, for your long-standing commitment to HBCUs. Absolutely. Kim, my AeroLink friend and sister, you know, come party with us whenever you get ready. You know, y'all, like you all say in California, come party with us, girl, come party. Our college presidents, our celebrity guests, and all my link members and chapters and everyone that reached out to give to our beloved HBCUs. Thank you.
Please give us that address one more time, Sylvia Perry, of how people can get in touch with you.
Sure. The website is www.salinks.org. And remember, all donations are tax deductible.
And all donations are going to some just incredible young men and women who are part of these HBCUs, the historically Black colleges. Thank you for including us and being a part of a really wonderful and fulfilling night. Thank you all very much. And that's what you need to know. Good night, everybody.